Alright, well, greetings and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 Captain Sim Boeing 777 flight demo, or 777 flight demo, whatever you want to call it. Now, in this video, as usual, you have some memes here for some pre-flight entertainment, and I will brief you about that right now. And, of course, the flight demo today will be up to the Coronado Airport and back to the Duke City's main sunport, that is. Because, I admit I like airliners, and of course, I thought to express some creativity in the flight simulator with it, and that's the beauty of it. And yes, of course, eventually I'll be doing canine runs with these airliners. And bear in mind, too, that I don't really like congested places, so I fly the airliner when, where, and however I please. So, in this video, as you may have seen in the introduction, I'm using a United Airlines Boeing 777 in the United Airlines Battleship Gray colors, and the call sign is entitled Karen 666 Heavy. Because why? United Airlines is for entitled Karens. Y'all should know that, right? And of course, let's see what we have here. Back then it was a childhood dream, for me to fly with United. But not this time because, terrorists have ruined the dream, that is. And I don't want to deal with hijackers, things like that. So I chose to, make some fictional gameplay here. And if I was to fly that frame at all, I actually would rather fly for the United Nations. Humanitarian aid, that is. And, of course, as usual with the memes here, you see, that's to show that this is my favorite animal. If you ask what I like other than aerospace. For those of you who know me as an aerospace lover, this is what I like other than aerospace. Favorite animal, English Labrador Retriever, but I'm okay with American. So here we go. The flight begins now. All right, here we are at the Duke City's airport. I made it dawn because I wanted it to be. Back when I was a kid, as much as possible, and even nowadays, of course, I am an early riser. And of course, the dawn is beautiful. Thanks to Civil Air Patrol, the organization who taught me to wake up at dawn. Well, it wasn't really pleasant though, and of course, them waking me up that early when I went to some activities was well worth it. Alright, so what we have here is, of course, the United Airlines Battleship Gray. I've seen in the dawn in the past as a child, and of course, as of right now, I'm making sure the control surfaces are free. And, of course, I'm eventually going to start the aircraft up and head for Balloon Fiesta Park. So I'm going to check the other side for free movement of controls. Because, that's part of our checklist, is controls free, or controls test for free movement. Please do that before you fly. Yeah, I got a gist of this from glider encampments, or whatever their name is as of now, these activities. Now, bearing in mind, too, that, yes, I was still wearing an Oculus Quest 2 headset from time of recording. So I recommend you have one. And here we go. I'm going to go talk to ATC, so narration will stop.
Albuquerque Airport information, India 1300 Zulu. Wind 262 at 4. Visibility, niner. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,600 feet, ceiling 13,000 feet broken. Temperature, 15. Dew point, 1 tree. Altimeter, 29.902. ILS runway tree in use. Landing and departing runway 8. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have India. Albuquerque Airport information, India 1300 Zulu. Wind 262 at 4. Visibility, Niner. Sky condition, few...
Albuquerque ground entitled Karen 666 heavy request taxi for departing straight out with India.
Entitled Karen 666 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 8 using taxiway Alpha. Contact tower on 123.775 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 8 using taxiway Alpha at entitled Karen 666 heavy. Albuquerque ground entitled Karen 666 heavy requesting pushback.
Entitled Karen 666 heavy pushback request accepted.
Alright, back to some narration here. Now that I've requested for pushback, as usual, the procedures continue. So right here, right now, I'm going to go ahead and make the emergency plan. As well as, of course, takeoff speeds. Alright, takeoff speed is 120 knots. That's when I rotate it. And of course, if I have an engine failure below 120 knots, I will land straight ahead. I will close the throttle and yield the opposite sides to in- and oncoming traffic. And if I have an engine failure after takeoff, before Marriott in Uptown, I will turn back the way I came in. Correction, the way I took off. I'll trace that way. And of course, if that does not work, I will land at Coronado Airport. If for some reason I do not, of course, make it past the Marriott, or if an engine failure occurs after the Marriott. Otherwise, let's go ahead and make this flight demonstration here. As you might be seeing here, I'm making sure that the control surfaces have free movement. And of course, I'm still pushing back. I'm still letting the airport tug move the aircraft. And then from there, I will move the aircraft onto runway 08, whatever the other heading is.
Albuquerque ground entitled Karen 666 heavy requesting the end of pushback.
Entitled Karen 666 heavy request to end pushback received.
Alright, now that I'm away from the gate, I will, of course, reposition entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 to runway 08. Alright, so as of now, I am repositioning entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 to runway 08 and whatever the other heading is. And, of course, it's still dawn from the time of recording this video, meaning it's still dark as well. And the sun is coming up. That's why all this blue stuff is on the runway here. Or the taxiway, that is. And those lights you see on the taxiway that's blue, that means it's a taxiway. And of course, here's the beauty of Flight Simulator. I have a path to follow, as you can see here. All I have to do now is taxi into position and hold, and stand by for clearance for takeoff.
Albuquerque Tower entitled Karen 666 Heavy ready for departing straight out at runway 8.
Entitled Karen 666 Heavy, altimeter 29er, 21262 at 4. Departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 8.
Cleared for takeoff runway 8 entitled Karen 666 Heavy.
Having got my takeoff clearance, I'm going to go ahead and position entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 on a runway 08. And then from there, of course, she should be good for a takeoff. This time for real. But let's reposition her first. What you're seeing here is me repositioning entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 on the runway, as you can see here. Looks straight enough. All right. Looks like we're ready for a takeoff, it seems as though. All right, when I move the throttle forward and the airplane starts moving, that's the go. All right. Stand by for takeoff. Yup. And we're going. Just living the dream in Flight Simulator, like I did when I was a child. As you can see, are just living the dream. Not going to any congested place. Just flying to the Coronado Airport to show off the airplane and come back. Keep playing. I just hit a wrong button, that's all. Alright. Pardon the mess of menus there. Just I need them. Oh wow, V1 rotate. I like to go down the whole entire runway first, or use half of it when I go fly, because, you know, I want to make sure that I have enough runway when I use half of it, just in case of an engine failure. Use it as best I can. Alright, looks like ATC is going to hand me off to somewhere. Now, of course, in FS 2020, you have to acknowledge that you're leaving the airspace. Air traffic control, that is. They should have done this in X, or Flight Simulator X, that is. Alright. So this is a critical phase, so don't expect a lot of dialogue for this run. At least in this part of the video.
Entitled Karen 666 Heavy, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Albuquerque Tower entitled Karen 666 Heavy frequency change.
Alright, at this point, since I acknowledged the handoff, I'm now going to make my way to the Balloon Fiesta Park. But I'm going to go via Glenwood Hills neighborhood. I'm going that way because I feel like it. Now, of course, the Coronado Airport is my real destination. It's just that, you know, the Balloon Fiesta Park is just west of Interstate 25 from the Coronado Airport, that is. The dawn looks gorgeous. It's even more beautiful than FSX, sorry to say. And now that I'm in the cockpit, I'm going to show and tell you around. El Dorado High School, to the left, that you just saw. Alright, there's Glenwood Hills out to the right. Now, as we yaw to the left again, that's my childhood park, as you can see there. And, of course, I play there once every so on. And as of right now, the clouds look beautiful. Now I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see here, begin the approach into Coronado Airport. The approach plan to Coronado Airport is I'm going to reduce this aircraft all the way to idle. Now expect a lot of overspeed warnings because this flight is also a test flight that I choose to share about. Alright, at some point I'm going to go ahead and deploy the spoilers, and fly over Coronado Airport as well. And as I'm passing through Coronado Airport, I'll put the spoilers back up. I'll retract the spoilers, increase the power, and eventually the flaps. Just like any other flight demonstration, when there's a very low flyby, as you might have seen, you know, like at Boeing, and when they test a new airplane. I'm actually imitating, you know, some of these test flights here. Because, yeah, I don't really like congested places, you know, as far as airports go, and I did not feel like going on a trip today from time of recording. How about show off for once? Show your skills for once. How about that? The spoilers are open. That's how it's going to be. Now, of course, I'm heading towards the Coronado Airport. Soon and very soon I'm going to increase the power. And then from there, yes, we'll take right back into the air. And of course, get in contact with the Albuquerque Tower to get a landing clearance back at the Albuquerque Sunport. Yep, we did it. There you go, see? Just skill and talent. So right now we're going to go ahead and enter the cockpit again. And I need to talk to ATC.
Landing gear. 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 Landing gear.
Albuquerque Tower entitled Karen 666 Heavy is 12 miles north, 6,000 feet with India to land.
Entitled Karen 666 Heavy Albuquerque Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind 262 at 4. Make left traffic runway tree.
Fly left traffic runway tree entitled Karen 666 Heavy.
Southwest 1657, turn next taxiway.
Alright. I received my instructions. Now I'm making my way to the Albuquerque International Sunport, as you can see here. And, oh my, looks like I'm jinxing here. Something's not right. No, I'm not going to record a crash. Rule number 1, breathe. Rule number 2, remain calm. And I'm getting out. Yep, you're reading this correctly. Alright, like I said from before, this really is the beauty of Microsoft Flight Simulator. You don't have to record a crash, and you could try again whenever, really. So I'm going to go ahead and try landing again at the Albuquerque International Sunport.
Albuquerque Tower United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy is 16 miles north 10,100 feet with India to land.
United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy Albuquerque Tower. Altimeter 29.9, 2 wind 262 at 4. Enter left traffic runway tree.
Enter left traffic runway tree United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy.
Alright, as you might have heard about the United 777 Heavy, that's actually a drawback I had when I re-recorded the landing. For some reason, it won't let me go entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 Heavy because... Correction, in this case, entitled Karen 666 Heavy because, you know, I actually custom-made a location. Because you know how a flight simulator lets you choose a custom departure and arrival? It means airborne a certain amount of feet off the ground. That's what I did. And as of right now, I'm making my way to the Duke Cities airport again. And of course, I'm just going to pretend that it's entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 Heavy. Or entitled Karen 666 Heavy. While I'm called the United Boeing 777 Heavy. That is, so... What do you know about United Airlines? I'm going to go and transition to one more thing while I'm at it. Alright, and this one more thing... I'm going to say that, yes, United Airlines is for entitled Karens because, you know, there have been instances of entitled Karens purchasing and consuming tickets, as in, you know, they bought and they used United Airlines tickets to fly United Airlines to get to wherever they need or want to be in, of course. Hence my call sign. They're entitled Karens. And of course, I'm also trying to entertain you all. And while I'm at it too, I'm gonna go ahead and do a pass over the Coronado Airport. And of course, make my way to runway 03. Not my favorite runway, but oh well. Alright. Gotta try things and stuff out. So, this video is just for entertainment. The reason why I did a flyover the Coronado Airport is because, truth be told, yes, I love airliners, especially the same colors and type I'm flying in the video. However, here's where a big however comes into play is, what I don't like about making airliner videos is that, especially because I went to multiple glider encampments with the New Mexico wing, like making sure the control surfaces are free, following the checklists, things like that. That's very lengthy. I'm thinking someday if I was to do an airline run, you may have heard that I don't really like congested airports, things like that, so I'm going to go ahead and fly the aircraft wherever I please. Now, Coronado Airport, I'll only land this aircraft there if there is a real emergency, like an engine fails. Alright, we just passed over the Coronado Airport, as you can see here, and let's make my way back to the Northeast Heights. And here's, of course, you know, some part of the Duke, to where, of course, we all live in. We refers to myself and some of my friends, family, acquaintances, or have before. And yes, the sun's looking beautiful while we're flying. Resonates right with my childhood because I used to see United Airlines in gray colors fly overhead in the dawn. Actually, any time was just fine, but they were the most beautiful when it was dawn. Or even dusk. Heck yeah. Those were the days with United. Pure nostalgia. While I'm at it. Alright. And if you ask why I'm flying like this too, it's to show the gangs on the street to change their minds. Or better yet, I also make this video to help combat against gangs in our streets. And of course, help assist with gang intervention as much as possible. I like to help people think thrice about becoming a gangster. How about inspire thinking to do something cool like this? Even if we help you all along the way. And of course, we can teach you interest-based How's that sound? Because gangs, they're not good, in case you all did not know. Alright, for those of you who wonder what those red and blue things are you see outside the cockpit window, those are called visual aids. A for Alpha, I for India, D for Delta, S for Sierra. Not the virus aids, but, you know, those are helps, especially for when I come into land. They'll tell you whether you're going too fast, too slow, too high, etc. And of course, they'll show you and tell you how to land. Now, of course, I've watched Channel 1 back when I was in middle school, and they told us that in one commercial, in the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up. Now, of course, in the real world, there'd be only me. Now, in this case, I'm doing pretend real world, so to speak. So right here, right now, we are, of course, trying to follow the signs. And those red and blue things you might be seeing, you know, to get into the Albuquerque International Sunport. And of course, we are coming in through runway 03. Not my top favorite of all runways, but it's there. And yes, you're seeing this all correctly. There's hardly a thing out there, and I don't like runway 03 for that reason. Because it's way out there at the Albuquerque International Sunport. I know so from experience with FSX. When they asked me to go to runway 03, I'm like, what on earth? That runway is, like I said from before. But I'll be coming in pretty darn quickly, thanks to the fact that this is a jet. Right below me are as follows. There is, of course, a studio right below me. And that's where some media in Albuquerque is filmed. And of course, I've flown over that area with my family whilst going on trips. And also, when COVID came to town, I, of course, was out there with a friend, and of course a friend's dog, and sure enough, of course it was really empty at that time.
United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy Wind 262 at 4. Cleared to land runway 3.
Cleared to land runway tree, United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy.
Alright, here we go. The dreaded runway 03 and whatever the other heading is. However, we're going to get to the north end of the Albuquerque Sunport, and we're going to get to the north end of it fast. We have a jet. Is that correct? I think so. Yep, we have a jet, all right. All right, the demo I felt like doing for the day is over. All I have to do is land. And, of course, give someone else a turn with the aircraft. Because I am a sharer and borrower, in case some of y'all didn't know. I really do, in fact, share and borrow. Especially my possessions with other people. Alright. And you know, right below me too, there's other people playing down there, so I gotta be careful with them. They're thinking, wow, this thing's huge. Yep. I've flown this thing on purpose, you know, to help keep gangs off our streets by inspiring better thinking. As you can see here. Alright. Here's 03. Dead ahead. Reposition. Now, let's let the gear touch the deck. going so fast. I'm going to go this way on purpose because I want to get out of that area of runway 03. Come on, get me out of there. Alright, looks like we're slowing. Towards the end of the runway. Golly, that came quick. Not so great. I had a jinx thing.
777 heavy contact ground on 121.9er.
Well, at least I didn't hit any other airplanes.
121.9er United Uniform Alpha 777 Heavy.
Living the dream. As we're taxiing to a gate, now I'm sure of it. One more thing is over.
Albuquerque
Alright.
Airport information, Indio
As you might have heard, I've contacted the ground to let them know I was on the ground.
Visibility, 9er. Sky condition, few clouds at 4,000
Or whatever the reason might be.
Ceiling 13,000 feet broken. Temperature, 1.
Now, of course, I want to taxi to the gate.
Albuquerque Airport information, Indio 1300 Zulu. Wind
Yeah, of course,
262
yes.
at 4. Visibility,
I had to
9er. Sky condition, few
engage
clouds
the
at 4,000
thrust
feet,
reversers, as you can see here,
13,000 feet broken.
so I don't overrun the runway. Yeah, that's actually something I should get in the habit of doing, is activating thrust reversers every time I land. Well, I think I didn't on purpose to begin with, just so I could get out of runway 03. Actually, I was sure of it. I just wanted to get out of runway 03. So right now, we're taxiing to the gate. As you can see here, and let's see what else we have here. As it's still pretty dark, and I can see that the taxiway indicator lights are still on. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna go and say that I went ahead and fulfilled something that's been lingering in my head for a while. And bear in mind, your head's not always the best place to keep things and stuff. But oh well. Here's one thing I let loose from there, from time of recording this video. Here comes entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 Heavy, after a demonstration flight. Over the Northeast Heights in Duke City, that is. Alright. So while we're at it, that is our show. And while the plane is taxiing, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. If there's anything you want to see me, of course, create, let me know in the comment box below and or send me messages. And again, thanks for watching. If you like, please like and subscribe. And of course, please comment. And one more thing to the bonus. Correction, one more thing to one more thing. If Line AVB KVR is watching this video, you tell me, true or false, on your end. United Airlines is for entitled Karens. You might have seen what happened with entitled Karens on United Airlines. Is that correct? Well, thanks to your zero, I was able to fly entitled Karen Airlines Flight 666 Heavy. You let me know. I'll go ahead and park here and let who decide who wants the aircraft next.